Welcome again to the channel, and today we are going to study about dividends. Let's get into the business. So what are dividends? Dividends is a small portion of the profit that the companies earned. So this money uh, is meant to be set aside and given back to the shareholders who own this company as as a form of appreciation, for what for them investing in the company, for them investing into the company. Yeah, tumeelewana hadi hapo. And this in these dividends ni just a small portion. Let's say the company made 70 billion, and from this 70 billion, the company decided that we are only going to use about 40 billion in the development of our projects. Then the rest 30 billion we are going to divide to the shareholders. So the amount you get depends on the how many shares you own in the company, and also depends on the shareholder. For example, for a company like BAT, uh, following this year dividend payout, they paid a dividend of 60 bob per share. And there are also other companies, like for example, Equity Bank. They paid their dividends of 5.7 apple, 5.75 apple, final dividend. So it depends on how many shares you own and how many like how what the worth of the company, the worth of the share. So for the BAT, the share was up to 585, and they gave out 60 bob per share. For the equity, the share was trading around 79 shillings, and then they issued the dividends. So it depends on the worth of the share. So as like to see how much you can be paid. Of course, the dividends cannot be that high above the share price. No, no. It is just a small portion of the profit that they are making. Okay, so dividends are part of the company's profits, and which is distributed to the shareholders. Then we have we are going to study another term, the magic of reinvesting dividends. Let's say you had 1,000 shares of BAT, and the company paid at 60 bob. So they gave you 60,000. So the magic of reinvesting dividends comes when, after receiving the dividends, you plow them back into the company again. After plowing back to the company, you get to increase your share. You increase your shares. So with 60,000, let's say you'll add how many shares of BAT? Around around 100 shares of BAT. Hizo ndizo utaongezea. Yeah, they are about 100 shares of BAT. So the next time they are going to pay the dividends, you will not receive like the 60,000 that you got. You will receive 66,000 because of the 100 shares that you added. Got it? That is called the magic of reinvesting to dividends. Some of the companies which are well known for dividends payout is the company like BAT, Safaricom, a company like EABL. All these companies are well known. They have a trend of paying out good dividends. It doesn't matter how they performed. They just pay off the dividends like every year. They show up every year. They have a sequence. Kutoka kitambo, they have been paying out consistently. You know, there are some of the companies, the Nairobi Securities Exchange, which they don't pay even the dividends. But If the company has been making a lot of losses, they cannot pay out the dividends because they are not even covering up what they invested. That's why I always advise you to choose good companies which are performing well. And some of these companies which I've already mentioned here are already blue chip companies. These are already the blue chips companies like BAT, KCB, Safaricom, hizo zote, EABL. These are blue chip companies already. And then if you want to, for example, calculate the dividend payout ratio, this is you take the annual dividend, divide by the share price, then you multiply by 100. The annual dividend divide by the share price, then multiply by 100, so that you can calculate the dividend yield of your company or your company. Then we have the types of dividends. We have two types of dividend. We have the blue chip dividends and we have the dividend growth stocks. So for the blue chips dividend stocks, these are the companies that I've already mentioned there. There are so many. There are KCB, Cooperative, Safaricom. Safaricom is not in the blue chip dividend stock. Just stay with the three: the BAT, the KCB, or Cooperative Bank. These are the blue chip dividend stocks. Then we have the dividend yield growth stocks. This is where we find these are firms, for example, like Safaricom. They offer large payouts but may carry higher risk. Ziko na higher risk. They pay out good dividends, but they have a higher risk. So these are what we call the dividend growth stocks. Okay. Then we have the dividend traps. We have dividend traps. You as an investor, you must be able to determine if this is a dividend trap or it is a financial success on your side. Some companies, when they are collapsing, they tend to pay a very good dividends, so that they can attract more investors, so that you can pull out your money and go and invest in that stock, not knowing that it is going to collapse. Examples of these companies, one of these companies was Inuchumi, and sorry to say this, some of these companies was like a company like Uchubi there before in 2013 hapo. So the company was collapsing. We all know that Uchumi collapsed. So, but it is still there. It is still trading in the Nairobi Securities Exchange. And some of us, we wonder why is it trading? Okay, Uchumi had a lot of houses and buildings. So when they lease out this building, they tend to get the dividends. You get? They get the profits, then they share out the dividends. Okay. So it is like this. So these companies, when they realized they were about to collapse, many people fell for them because they paid very good dividend that year. Then the share price started to go down. Then, apart from that, we also want to look about the dividend investing in the Kenyan market. So the dividend investing in the Kenyan market looks like this. The Nairobi Securities Exchange, it offers so many companies, dividend earning companies, so good. Like, there are a lot of good companies in the Nairobi Securities Exchange. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five. They pay very good dividends, excellent dividends. Some of these banks, some of them are banks, some of them are other companies, but they tend to pay very good dividends. And according to them, they offer numerous dividends. As in short words, they pay these dividends for a very long period of time. Over like a decade, like a decade, the Safaricom, the BAT, the Equity Bank have led in total returns in terms of dividends, plus capital gains. Again, this is Kijana Governor. Thank you so much for watching today.